Hey, I'm your host, Ben Silverio.
And I am your guest co-host, Helena Handbasket.
And I am your host in post, Ansel Birch.
And it's
Time to party!
Stupid.
We're just doing ringtones now.
Oh, yeah.
No. I tried to do Rainbow Connection.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side? Rainbows are visions with only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. Okay, great.
Your wife is probably hearing us in the other room. Is like, what is going on in there?
Tab's like,
The fact that it turned into a Rainbow Connection sing-along is not a surprise.
Not even a little.
boodly boodly boo.
Who writes these synopsises for IMDb?
It's me, I do.
Oh, that'd be a dope job.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I feel like they're probably submitted by the producing company.
Yeah, they likely are. Yeah, probably I don't know, the line producer or someone.
Or some intern.
Yeah, that's
Some
probably
intern.
what it is.
That's why the spelling is so bad.
The line producer had to okay it, but they definitely made an intern write it.
Poor intern. Unpaid intern.
Yes, interns do so much stuff that, in Hollywood. I remember I had to set up a bar in the office one day.
I mean,
what else? I had to set up my boss's phone.
Here's the reason why IATSE's going on strike. Like, let's just fucking pay people what they're worth for their jobs. I mean,
It's true.
just let
I
people-
don't know about that.
Let people live.
Right. And don't just pay
For
them
working?
What, you want money for this? Oh, man. I just got so...
But you're getting so much
damn it.
experience.
Nope.
God.
Guess what? Can't pay the rent.
Right.
Experience.
Especially in LA.
Guess what I can't?
Where rent is very expensive.
Jeez Louise.
For a college student who goes for an internship for 6 months and only gets paid enough to pay the rent and occasionally get food.
Hey.
Hey!
Let's talk about the
How to
butterfly
make sure you
prophecies.
steal from the craft services table.
There you go. Lots of peanuts.
Oh, and when the union people don't show up and you get their prime rib, that's a good day.
Hell yeah.
No, I want prime rib.
Prime
Same.
rib.
Delish. Should we talk about this movie?
Let's talk about this movie.
Okay. Okay.
Helena's been trying to segue twice now.
I'm sorry.
Meow. Meow. Wait, I forgot what my segue was. It's
Parked
not.
outside.
No. I got rid of that.
Breaking news: How the Handbasket has a segue.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Now I want to see a burlesque routine on a Segway.
Uh-oh.
Ansel.
I mean,
How dare.
how dope would that be?
Well, we did talk about when Sadie Hawkins moved, how we were going to FaceTime her into a Plan 9 show and attach her to a Segway and have her do her whole act. Wouldn't that have been great?
That would have been
One of those
great.
like telepresence robots.
Yeah, exactly. But with bungee cords and
I want this now.
I want it so bad.
That's a very good idea. Yeah. Just an iPad on a stick that Robbie has to move around.
Just like on a broom.
Aaron holding a broom.
Oh, I
with
love it.
Sadie's face on
Oh
the
yes,
screen.
there it is.
She would love it. That'd be great.
You're welcome for all these great ideas, Stella.
We know you're listening.
Please do this.
Back to the
Pew.
laser guns air guitar.
I guess.
Boink.
I mean, after I failed with Rainbow Connection.
No, we sang it all together.
We sang an entire verse
No,
of
I think
that.
that's
The
good.
singing was good. The fake banjo was bad.
That is my go-to karaoke song.
Hell
It is
yeah.
a great song. I got to meet and interview Steve Whitmire,
No.
who is the puppeteer and voice of Kermit the Frog from our childhoods
I love that.
up until like 2017. And he was delightful. And I try to stay as professional as possible when I do these things.
Yeah.
But it's Kermit the fucking Frog.
He's coming to fudge.
Kermit the Frog said my name
Coming to
Hell
in
yeah.
the Kermit voice. And I was just like,
Hi, Ben.
hi ho.
That's so good.
There's lots of different variables.
applying this to a different situation. Say you're performing
Oh boy.
and you don't know what song you're performing to.
Oh yes.
Or what props you're supposed to use.
Correct. We just
And-
yes.
And someone introduces, say, a tub of Cool Whip.
Tabitha's laughing from the other room.
Could you predict where that would go?
I 1000% blame Dusty Balls and Shimmy LaRue for that one. And Dahlia Fatal because it ended in abject chaos. I don't even remember what song I was performing
Me
to.
neither.
But all I remember is that there are photos of me in full drag with my hand in a tub of Cool Whip.
Who could have predicted that? It was chaotic.
No, literally. And I like that. I think, actually, in addition to, I love the word chaos. Chaos is one of my favorite words, both in meaning and the word itself is fun to say. In French, it's le chaos.
Ooh.
Isn't that fun? But being D&D nerds, most of us here at
Go
the table.
on.
Go on, I'm listening. I'm wearing a D&D shirt right now.
Yes.
The idea of alignments is very fun, and kind of thinking about. I mean, I know I fully co-opted this podcast into talking about D&D, but I'm going to.
It was only a matter of time.
Correct. I saved it to the last moment. But the idea of alignments in D&D, right? Like you have lawful, neutral, chaotic. You have good, neutral, evil, right? It's a Punnett square.
Right.
Math, again, bringing it back.
So many maths.
So much math. It is a Punnett square, and you can line it all up. But I have... It's very fun. I typically play chaotic characters because I myself am a chaotic neutral. Me, Helena Handbasket, I am a chaotic neutral person.
You know.
It's true. I tried to argue that I was a chaotic good, and my friend Nick was like, "Abso-fucking-lutely not. You're such a monster." And I was like, "Oh, okay, thanks." But the idea that like playing D&D, I think a prime example is like shout out to Critical Role, but Travis Willingham's first character, Grog, was such a chaotic neutral that like he would like Leroy Jenkins everybody and just like run into battle, and they're like, "What are you doing?" But like that variability and that unpredictability from like, we've got a myriad players at the table. We've got everybody with different experiences. We've got people playing to certain alignments, and it is a choose your own adventure. That's essentially what the chaos theory is, right? It's like a choose your own adventure book, and you don't necessarily know where it's going to go. The DM doesn't necessarily know where it's going to go. We know there's like a trigger for something, and it could end up entirely differently. Like my D&D campaign somehow managed to coerce and roll well enough to get a movable hut. That's
Those are great.
tree, it's like a tree mound with a hut on top, and they're like, "Oh, this is our vehicle now, and where we're gonna rest." And I was like, "God damn it!" Like,
How am I going to get vampires to come bite you if you're in this house?
I'm trying to chomp you. What the heck? I didn't predict that, but I said, "Okay, roll the die." And I said a number of like, if it's this, then this happens. If it's this, then this happens. But I think that is actually kind of an adept way of explaining the chaos theory, if I do say so myself.
Well, and I think to further that point, the beauty of it and the analogy of the choose your own adventure book is that, because not only are you playing choose your own adventure book, but so too are numerous other people simultaneously, and they're all getting different results as well.
Correct.
So there's your chaos theory.
Yep.
How would you know how this choice would bang onto this choice to that choice?
My favorite example of the chaos theory is the wonderfully written episode of Community, where they're having a party at Troy and Abed's apartment, and the doorbell rings, and because the pizza's arrived, and Jeff Winger takes out a D6 and says, "Okay, everyone pick a number. Whoever it lands on has to go get it." And then it shows all the different timelines in each number.
That's cool.
But also, there are 7 members of the study group. So there was never a timeline where Jeff would have had to get the pizza.
That's brilliant.
Right? So that episode is so good because it's a half hour long, but like it's a great example of like, the randomness that chaos can bring.
That's
very good.
I love that.
I love Community so much. It's such a great show. Going back to D&D for a second.
Yeah.
I am the novice in the room.
My favorite thing.
I am not as seasoned, but
We'll sort you.
I am a dragonborn bard
Love it.
who carries a beer making kit.
Checks out.
Various instruments.
Doesn't he also have bagpipes?
He does have bagpipes.
Yeah, that's great.
His
Do you have the
Talk
magic
about a chaos
bagpipes
theory.
or the regular ones?
They're just regular.
Oh, okay.
Brrrr.
Just if you see magic bagpipes, don't pick them up.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Legitimately, I think the bagpipe might be the most chaotic instrument ever.
Oh, for sure.
That is that is one of the most chaotic instruments
Especially
ever.
when I say, anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Oh my gosh, I just
love
had
a
a
bagpipe,
recovered
to be
memory talking about chaos. So when I was in Europe, I was on a fall break trip with some friends, and we stayed in a hostel like you do, and we were in Prague, which is haunted as fuck. If you haven't been to Prague, that city is cool as hell, but it is very spooky in a lot of ways.
They kind of manicure on that too.
Yeah. It's very goth in that way. And we were staying in this hostel, and it was this old converted building. It was kind of weird. We're all settling in for the night. It's like 1 a.m. We're exhausted. We've been sleeping in hostels. We've been doing this for a week. And we tuck in, and all of a sudden we hear, "Wah." And I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was like an air raid siren. I thought it was like some sort of tornado warning. I don't know where I am. And my friend Amy, who was born and raised in New York City, shoots up out of bed. She's like, 5 foot nothing and 90 pounds soaking wet. And she's like, abso-fucking-lutely not. Because as we listened, it was someone playing the bagpipes next door at 1 a.m. And she stomps her little ass in there, and she bangs on the door and opens it up, and you can hear her through the walls, and she's like, excuse me, what are you doing? And he said, well, it's a hostel. Hostels need to, it's too quiet here. There needs to be music. And she's like,
Jesus.
not bagpipes at 1 a.m. But in what world did I go to bed in Prague in a hostel thinking, you know what I'm going to hear in about 3 minutes? Bagpipes. That's chaos.
I have actually a similar story. So I was in France. I was riding the train from somewhere to somewhere, and I misread the stop.
Yes, I love somewhere. It's beautiful.
Right? Yeah. I misread the stop, and I got off the train too early, and I was on this, like, deserted train platform in the middle of a field in France.
No.
And I got off the train, and I looked at the sign, and I went, that's not right, and the train left behind me. And I was like, oh, well...
Oh, no.
Guess I'm here for a while. So I'm like sitting on the platform waiting for the next train to come take pity on me and go to the actual destination.
Oh my God.
And what do I hear in this like empty field? Bagpipes.
No. Oh my God. That would be the worst.
What?
It's those French country vampires.
I know. the bagpiping vampires of France.
They're very well known.
Yes, very well known in specific regions of France. I hear that they love Bordeaux.
Yes, the cheese vampires.
Oh, yes. So many empty rinds that are just sucked dry.
They're repelled by lavender.
Oh, there you go. Yes. Sprinkle some herbe de Provence in front of your door and you'll be fine.
What's bat in French?
Bat?
Yeah.
Chauve-souris.
Oh, I can't say that.
Chauve-souris.
There it is.
Which actually translates to shaved mouse. Because in French, souris is mouse.
Yeah.
But chauve-souris means bald mouse.
Oh my God.
That's what they call them.
so good.
Because French is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Wait, then what do they call pigeons?
Pigeon,
Oh,
I think.
they're more mouse-like. They're more rat-like.
Well, chauve-souris means mouse.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't remember what rat is. Raton? I think it's raton.
Yeah, I think so. Because they call the Parisian boats rat boats, right?
Yeah, les ratons.
Oh. Yeah. Look, see, we're learning more stuff.
See how
than just
educational
chaos.
this episode got to
I love
be?
it. I love it.
We just had to digress out of
Also,
the
like,
movie
I know which... I know what joke you were making with the, how do you say bat in French? Because it's the very beloved TV series, What We Do in the Shadows. Bat.
yes.
But imagine that in French. Chauve-souris.
Oh my God.
It's like that episode of Dimitri Martin where it was the safety episode and the safe word was the proper pronunciation of gnocchi.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Not the biggest Dimitri Martin fan anymore, but...
Yeah.
But that was a pretty funny thing to watch H. John Benjamin try and pronounce gnocchi properly while being whipped. It was
My
pretty
God,
great.
that's phenomenal.
Gnocchi. No.
Beautiful.
See, I think this is a perfect demonstration of chaos theory.
It's true.
Who thought that we would land on the proper pronunciation of bat in French while talking about the chaos theory?
It's true.
I didn't think so.
I do now want to watch the French dub of
what we do in the
Oh,
shadows.
but it's so funny. I want to hear the French actor playing Nadja. That's what I want to hear. To just hear what that vocal choice would be.
Yeah, do you do French in a Romanian accent?
Like,
or?
I think you'd have to. I would hope so. Because sometimes those dubs are really bad where you're like, oh, they're just talking.
Yes.
I like it when they like put a little character emphasis into it.
Exactly.
It's pretty fun.
That's how you know they're professional.
Yeah.
I wonder if she does it herself. I wouldn't be surprised
Oh
if she
yeah,
already speaks.
she's super adept, and I know
Yeah.
she speaks Greek because she's half Greek.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
So apparently she did an interview. I can't remember if she was emulating like one of her grandmothers or something like that with the accent that she does for Nadja.
Oh.
Yeah, she's English, but also Greek.
Interesting.
I like her a lot. I watched the Flower Best in Bloom. Yeah, Best in Bloom. She hosted this flower thing, and I was obsessed with it. And she's so sarcastic and like deadpan while she's talking about flowers. She's like, "This is beautiful." No emotional response. It's great. It's great.
Well, and if you're serious about your writing, like I've definitely spent ridiculous amounts on a pen or a particularly nice notebook.
Yeah.
Correct.
Which I
Yes.
then don't think my ideas are good enough to put in the notebook, so I have blank notebooks now.
Oh no. Or I have like half-filled ones, especially when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm. Or you get like 3 pages in and you're like, no, I didn't actually have anything to follow
I didn't
this
actually.
up with.
Yeah, right. But it's also shiny.
Uh-huh. I've gotten really into total segue. Those circle bound
The
notebooks.
spiral bounds one?
No, the circle bound ones where you take the pages out and put them back in.
yes, I used
You
to
can like
use
move them
those.
around.
Like a binder, like a 3-ring.
Kind of like a 3-ring binder, but they're
The pages are like designed to be taken out and put back in.
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great because it's got all
For
the same
storyboarding,
like,
that would be
usage.
great.
It's great for storyboarding. It's great for D&D. It's great for like all of that. Yeah. And then you can have like a nice cover, but the pages aren't as permanent, so you don't feel that same level of like commitment.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
They're very neat. So if you had to, if I put a silent space gun to your head and forced you,
Oh God.
could you portmanteau those words together into something?
Which words?
Edutainment.
Edutainment,
and
Entertainment and education.
Yeah.
Edutainment. Yeah, that's what. That,
Yeah. I really fucked that up by saying the portmanteau.
Edutainment. Entercation.
Entercation,
Nope,
yeah,
didn't
no.
like that one.
Although I kind of like that sounds like you got into an altercation with entertainment or education.
I'm always in an altercation with entertainment and
Just
education.
constantly big booting the entertainment and education in the face.
Correct. Yeah. My job.
Well, that was my first meal in public like once the lockdown freed up or like loosened up a little bit. I went and got some soup dumplings with my cousins, and there was one table in the front, one table in the back, and all the other tables were empty.
Yep.
Nice.
Because, social distancing, and it was chilly, and I was like, this is the perfect weather for soup dumplings. And we're back to it again
Soup
because we're still in
dumplings.
this goddamn pandemic.
Yeah, wash your hands, wear your masks, get your vaccine. I just got my booster.
Nice.
I got one too.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I work in a hospital, and though I'm not patient facing, I work with people who are. So, like, 1 degree of separation. So they make sure to prioritize our vaccination, which I think is great.
Very nice.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, I have asthma.
Yep.
So I got it, but I made sure to get it before I started working in a mall.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good call.
for sure.
Ton of people.
Yeah, that's a really good call.
When
See?
it's my turn, I'll be in line. Don't
Heck
worry.
yeah. Heck yeah.
Hey, remember when we started this podcast and we thought we'd be out of the pandemic by now?
My partner legitimately, when we heard that the lockdown was going to happen, this was before we lived together, was at my apartment, because I lived alone, and stood in the doorway and went, if this shit goes down, I'm packing a bag and I'm going to move in with you for 2 weeks. Are you okay with that? And I said, yeah. And a year later, we were still living in 400 square feet. But now we've upgraded, so it's okay. And we haven't killed each other.
I wonder how many people have a similar story.
Oh, so many people. Well, I think a lot of relationships ended too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
ours, we were like, we are either committing or we are done. So like, we got to make a choice
Yeah.
now.
You know,
Our generation has a new definition for ride or die.
Yeah. Would you spend a lockdown with this person? You
I
know?
did, and I still think he's
It's
really
working
cute.
okay.
Aw.
Yeah,
It's the hams.
It's the hams. It's those two
them
sweet,
pants hams.
some sweet, sweet pants hams. Oh, he's gonna kill me. He'll love it. He'll love
There's a
it.
brand new phrase in the English language.
Pants hams. Ooh, did you check out those pants hams?
Damn, yeah, those pants hams.
You got some mighty fine pants hams. That's great. That's perfect. I think we end it there.
We're not gonna beat that.
Sir, respectfully, your pants hams are glorious.
Yeah. You should text him that.
No context.
No context. But he will know what that means. He'll be like, uh-oh. Talking about my butt cheeks. Yes, we are. I don't think I've gone on to any podcast recording and not talked about his butt on the recording. Aw, that's true love.
That's
True.
That's impressive.
It's impressive.
I'm happy for him.
To blave.
To believe.
Fun fact about Dude, Where's My Car? That was my very first DVD.
Interesting.
Wow, what a choice.
Yeah. It was.
Did it come with the machine?
Wow.
Well, because that was my first DVD came with the machine.
Oh.
And I should say my family's first DVD. This was not a choice I made. So our first DVD in the house, which we watched several times because we did not own any other DVDs at the moment, was Michael with John Travolta.
Oh, no.
I remember my mom really
Wow.
liking that movie.
Oh, my folks loved that movie. I was super into the movie at the time. Like, I was like, okay, sure, this is a thing.
Like, I know he's an angel in that, but in my mind's eye, all I have is just Owen Wilson as Hansel, dressed as an angel in that interview. That's like all I have. That's all I can visualize.
I just remember that scene of Michael dancing.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm pretty sure that's the whole movie.
yeah, pretty much.
Now we're going to do Time to Party, the Michael edition, even though it has nothing to do with time travel.
Yep. Episode 4 is going to be robust.
Concluding our discussion on the butterfly effect.
Not the Mothman
Not the
Prophecies.
Mothman Prophecies. Maybe it would have been better if it was the Mothman Prophecies.
Kind of think it would.
Yeah.
Well,
But I haven't seen the Mothman Prophecies in years, so I
I've
cannot
never seen them.
confirm
Cannot confirm nor,
nor
deny.
deny.
We do keep
that it
coming
would be
back to
better.
that.
I know, we need to watch it now. I don't think it has anything to do with time travel, but we'll just have to watch it.
Our well, we have a running gag here on Time to
What do we
Party
do?
that we are eventually going to do an April Fool's episode in which we insert time travel into a film that otherwise did not have it.
That's cool.
So Mothman Prophecies might be a good one.
That's fun.
Like, where are the points in this movie where time travel
Could have worked.
could have happened, or there's only one way this person could know this, and if they like time traveled back from later in the movie. or,
Okay.
you know, that kind of shit. So maybe Mothman Prophecies.
Morphman.
We're on the internet. On Instagram and Twitter, I'm at bsilverio20.
I am the Helena Handbasket on Instagram, and I am only Handbasket on Twitter.
I am at Indecisionist on Twitter and at The Indecisionist on Instagram.
And if you'd like to join in the conversation, this batshit fucking crazy conversation about the butterfly effect, not the Mothman Prophecies, use the hashtag
Coming in April.
Time to Party. That's time, the number 2, party.
Staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty windows and let the sun in, and you can have a reason for something in the distance. I don't know the rest. Oh god, that song sucks so bad.
The rest is still unwritten.
We'll see which sing-along ends the episode.
Brilliant. Yay.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Anyway. On bagpipes.